flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted that Secret let Falcons play on bank. They must have taken a lot out of that G2 performance, seeing G2 beat Falcons. That being said,
and they've asked their big brother for a 1v1, and the big brother's been waiting for this his whole. Especially for like Mowgli as well. Like obviously Mowgli is still very new on his fully extended state, and of course also stop him if he tries to go for a plant.
Well, finding fights and aggression up towards him, just going to cover off the swing on the double door, and there's the drop. Savage, he goes with the fight against Brede, as Noah's able to find out Shaiko now. He hasn't quite been able to get it, and a missed throw means that they'll slip their way on by. Now the fire is buying them some time on the double door. Is it time enough to plant? It will tick out at some point as June gets users. Here's the go, but they've already in position, I say, for the cover. It's a post-plant situation, just misses the Monty. Solotov, he knows he's going to be under pressure soon from the swing at bottom white, but the cover is there of 4 versus 1 Falcons. Unfortunately, left things a bit too late there.
Because again, they're a horrible form of cover. Let's leave though the Falcons with operators like the clash we did see earlier. Shaiko is just 180'd onto Jums.
And find out what's coming next. Instead, they've got that early pick. They can pull back. They can regroup around top white and the hatch. But Mowgli gets 1 and 2. Mowgli, pressure onto Lumber. C4. And now at this point they've been able to flick the switch and put the pressure back in. A shotgun up white stairs. I mean, it's a risky gambit there. He's sort of pulling the pin on it and trying to put the fear on the Lumber player here. But 40 seconds. EFAC does get Mowgli. The C4 doesn't get a second player, but does then find the follow through nowhere. And the C4 then back and forth. Demo 30 seconds to a piece.
Oh, it's a cage match right now. Both fighters just slugging blow for blow. Savage, he makes the first approach into the bomb site alongside Adrian, who will now go for the plant. This is all on Savage. You give the cover. There's 1, not 2 though. Brede, quicker on the trigger. Brede with 2. A 1v2.
They have the connection here, Falcons. They're not quite too far away. Brede's obviously buried on towards the site itself, but the first fight isn't shot. Users gets it, drops it. Can they rotate out of there? Yes. Doom takes a lot of damage from somewhere. Not entirely sure what hurt them in that moment, but as they start through the verticalities, 20 seconds. Savage finally finds the first. They know exactly where the clash is, but there's users on the back of the clash's read. Swings around wide. 15 seconds to get a plant. They're toe-to-toe with the clash. They're pulled back, waiting for the swing against them, but Doom, certainly all that's left as his team crumbles elsewhere.
Weren't they? Only getting in towards that top floor with about a minute left. I think they're quite fortunate, the Falcons, they themselves. Falcons, plenty of C4s though, Fluke, has to be noted. 3 of them. So that does give them potential to drop down later if they want. Hello, Mowgli! We haven't placed our track stingers properly!
Oh no. There's Adrian getting himself a second. The fight on top white.
Adrian?
1 versus 1.
Hello? It's moving upstairs, but still plenty of info, I think, for EFAC now that he knows exactly where he is. And Adrian, again, don't forget, is on for the ace, but Adrian's lost that tempo. He just doesn't know where EFAC is, and that timer slowly get away from an EFAC with a swing.
They need to be studied by scientists. Is Ace and Dev. Solotov will not get studied this round.
Should get his man, misses a few pistols, but yeah.
Behind him
Should be. Hello, Savage, where are we looking? Where are we going? It goes out!
No,
what on earth have I just watched? It doesn't matter. A secret. They're storming for the bomb site. A 1v2 now it looks for users. Adrian and Jum just have to take their time and figure out where he is and close this out.
So, they knew exactly where each other were. They have a decent awareness, but what users could do is rotate out and back round. That's what he was waiting for. He doesn't want to give them the direct fight towards him, but they're going to go inside and potentially just try and rush towards the other plant. Gets rid of the air jab. They know they can try and plant this. He wants the 1 versus 1. Swings his way back in. Oh, there's the first engagement being Adrian. Holds the...
Yeah, they're a little bit all over the place. Just looking for a cap, but Falcons are playing this pretty tight at the moment, but They say that, though. Users will be taken out from the skylight. He must have exposed himself, so a rookie mistake there from the Jaeger. Now Secret, that will give them that top floor control, because obviously EFAC now has to force his way back, because he doesn't have that support. His teammate and himself gets pinched out. I had no idea that Mowgli was also in towards that top floor. Shaiko able to find one as he swung
it on, and some of the control on white stairs. You can see that Shaiko really wants to try and retake, but Mowgli just had that slightly snappier moment as Shaiko's reticule drifted to Mowgli's head. That was surely not, but pulls it together. The grenade will be followed up perfectly by Savage. Move behind the utility. They entirely had Solotov surrounded. Leaves just Breede. Now, he did a 1 versus 2 last time, but...
So, obviously for Falcons, it's a half where they have rallied. I think overall, certainly Secret has played the better Siege. Because there's a player inside Piano, and you kind of needed to give him an escape route.
Well, who needs an escape route when you can just get shot in the face? The cover now. He's trying to find his way out.
What a pick.
Gets a great take on towards Solotov. There's still a fight that's happening, and Mowgli pushes up into shop, round the back of Mowgli. Get Shaiko, he wants a third.
Into the lineup for Falcons. It should be good as that. All they can do is push in through doorways, and as long as Secret don't give away any silly picks, he should be okay. There was one, but thankfully there has been the trade, so it does leave Usus all by his lonesome against 3 Secret players, one of which is upstairs, but Mowgli sees to that, and Mowgli with aggressive positions that they are in and going for, but Falcons able to get into the building unscathed, and they're going pretty quick here, already pushing away in towards the guard shot, but anywhere the Doom now has made this play with the shield, but Doom himself gets taken out. Shaiko a 1 for 2 for Shaiko with a DMR. Secret being torn to shreds. What is this from Falcons? What a play!
I mean, they're in, they're under the cover of smoke, they're bullying people with shields, they lose one of them. But then suddenly it's 1 player left from the side of Secret underneath, and
even the Aurora as well to block off maybe the wedding door. And then you can just jump straight in as a shield, for example. But there's this Goyo, and what are you? Hello, Jum? What are you doing? You think there'll just be one guy?
You know, it's pulling out some of the destruction, it's pulling out some of the play. The impact will throw through. Solotov cooked to death. I'm assuming the impact took the brunt there as Solotov stepped in, so maybe thought he could get in and get out of the way, but suddenly is hit by the impact that takes away half his health, so they lose the glass. Now the Blackbeard is trying to find the fight onto Prep. They've rotated somebody round down, but you know, Noah's caught out, couldn't really escape anywhere. Falcons bleed their way in, but the door open.
Wait, with this fight over towards Savage with that shotgun close, of course, but he seems to be stalling out ever so slightly. The shotgun will hit legs, but Savage goes down, exposed himself to that player towards Prep. Mowgli's attempt at that flank, but Shaiko was on it. Now Adrian has to step up in a 1v3. Oh dear, here comes the Blackbeard. Gives away his position. Pistol comes out, but not going to help him. Breede cleans it up. Secret. Don't know how they've been able to come away with that, but they have.
Yeah, you know, as I said it.
Solotov not had a great game, really hasn't. Struggling, I think, just in the opening kill department. He just has not been proficient in that whatsoever. Noah for Pixel. It's a great shot, but there's that Blackbeard has to deal with. Savage able to take EFAC, though. Finally, down goes Noah, but work has been done for Secret. Shaiko and Breede.
Oh, do they know?
Left against 4. And
oh
no. Oh,
no, they
dear.
don't. Adrian. You can see him just crouched, waiting for that appearance, and it leaves just Breede. And it was very well played there by Secret. They sort of pulled Falcons into this play, into this plan, and then just always had somebody else on that shoulder, that byline of cover, and able to sort of make a crosshatch of the site itself. And now, look at how Secret have positioned themselves. All of them generically have pulled themselves back, apart from Savage, but, well, he was sick and tired of waiting for the end of the round.
Meantime.
Talking of holding fire on the fire, and they pop it immediately. As the pressure starts to come around, they're just going to make sure that there isn't an immediate swing behind it, but...
Right.
Bathroom onto Lumber. You can see they're holding up the player on the white window. Usus is caught out from underneath by Savage, but Savage comes off worse, and Mowgli are traded out. It's 2 for 1, leaving just Usus alone. The sacrifice of Doom paid off.
Leaves him in a clutch position. Usus has to try and do the dirty work. I don't think he knows that someone's above him, and Pillar, who just barely missed him, will make that long walk down towards 90. Back towards Pillar he goes, and we'll get at least an exit onto Noah, but you just don't see the remaining 3 tossing this one away, and they don't. Savage.
It's 2 people, both ready in a position to hit either side. There, did they hear that? There's the strike. There needs to be a response, but it's the hop out from Savage underneath. He was aiming at somebody else. Mowgli goes down to Shaiko. They're still getting some control here over the top, but they pull back. They don't want to give them one more engagement. There's the fight. Pulled out, the pings come together. They're going to try and flood their way in, but as you said, one's on site. But it's someone who can do things like that. Noah doubles down either side. Brede on the back line. He's in a close engagement with Savage. Ready to swing round. Just drifts right on by. Entirely misses the man. 2 apiece. 2 to 1. Doom. An early exit last time. Could be the big finish this time round. The Clash might not know that they're rotating all the way over the top. Slipping their way around, waiting for the fight. At this point, it's being planted. Oh, but they know where he is. He slips by the first. He goes for the second. Gets the drop onto Brede. Doesn't have the shield. Waiting for the swing. Wants the engagement with the player. Caught out on the drone. Here's the deploy. Here's the usage. It's going to slow them round. It's going to force them into a slightly different position, but they can always charge elsewhere. Swings. Goes with the bait either side. Doom! Okay, he might have.
Fever dream that map.
Do you guys remember what Adamo said at the end of the interview when we asked him, would you rather play Secret or Falcons?
Yeah.
He said, well, I'd rather play Falcons because Secret is a little bit more chaotic.
Yeah.
And that matchup,
You can say
that matchup was exact proof of that. Now, let's zoom back a little bit. What did we see here? We saw Secret beating Falcons on Falcons map pick.
Yep.
A 7-5, a convincing one. What are the other things that we noticed? Adrian, the backline, stepping up, 13 kills, incredible KOST, great EPS score. And then the entries, they go mostly on the way of Secret.
Adrian actually has the best KOST coming into the playdate of anybody in the world, by the way, as well.
That's insane.
Nugget of information.
That's good information to have, obviously, but when we're looking at the very bottom left and we're looking at Doom, it's crazy to think that despite he was the weakest player on the side of Secret for this game, he pulled off a masterclass at the end of the game to stop this from going into overtime.
I mean, if we can relieve that.
Since there was tension in that team, Secret, I think, are just happy to get that map. Someone like Mowgli, who we've mentioned, has never beaten this side. You know, getting that first map must feel massive for Mowgli.
68% on their defense, which is pretty good. And there's the opener. Shaiko finds Mowgli.
Kind of look at the operator that Savage is on right now with the Amaru. You kind of thought that they were maybe going to be looking for a bit of a hatch push, wouldn't you? Because that's where Amaru comes in really handy. But whenever he's currently pushing in alongside Doom, who somehow finds 2, how did he get the second one? Shaiko just giving himself up. You start to kind of question what Falcons are doing now, as Secret are right back in this round.
And there's a Savage just swinging on the close corner to fight out his time, but Clash shielded. Doom somehow wins it out for his third. Pistols at dawn and at dusk, and the fight kept going, so another dawn. But now closing down on Usus. Almost so close.
Any other gun he would have killed.
Yep.
Punish. Well, Falcons they just move in, they use their util, they open up the vertical angles, and then they just maneuver in for that plant. That's the main focus that Secret will have now, is where are we going to plant?
Well, there goes Solotov, and they're just picking them apart here. Demo. Shaiko cannot get the verticality. I mean, how many times, Demo, have we seen this crumble? Without the verticality, well, Savage pops in, will raise some warning sort of alarms. There needs to be something behind it though. You can see Shaiko and Bride, they're trying to keep themselves aware and cohesive on the actual approach down below, but they have to now be concerned. Adrian suffers a scrape of damage. EFAC suffers a little bit more. They're still trying to watch both sides, and that's the player inside the site gone. So now, 30 seconds. Do you try and push the vertical? Take the fight. Savage makes their presence known just a little bit, but doesn't over-egg the pudding and holds on to the angle for now. It's pitched either side. There's some pressure coming behind, but they still need to try and work that kid in. There's the go. The roll of the sense and the ROU gadget and the cover of the goo mines, but a shotgun round a corner. Oh, is he too far? Not if he makes that move as they're going for the plant itself, but the kill and the cover is secured. And there's the swing round from above, but Noah secures the plant at 3 versus 3, and they can get out of there. Mowgli pushes up, gets traded out. Drops down on the hatch instantly into the waiting hand of Noah for the free catch. Solotov caught out as well.
And then it makes those Falcons player have to second guess themselves. It's not just as easy to sit and hold one angle. They have to be relentlessly swinging for no real reason. Just like to see the Falcons player sit in their hands. This time Mowgli has been able to get the breach open and also live. He hasn't been swung this time around. Why do I speak? Why do I speak?
He got swung by the player who'd moved out, but Savage instantly gets them back and puts some pressure in from Ops. They tried to move under the final factor and of getting Savage, putting themselves in a sticky situation, just keeps going on towards the soft. Doom is down on the stairs and things out at least a little, but with 40 seconds and still a man advantage, just gonna try and get themselves out of there. But the slow recollection on towards where the kit was dropped and now the position of power itself. But as soon as they try and make a play here, they've got to bait some motion out. That's what they're trying to get. Adrian wants to push onto the back of this bait. Can he net one? Oh, the double take! Unlucky, but Falcon.
Horizontal take. Now, with the operator that they have being the Glass, that's going to be their surprise factor. And if they can try and hide that Glass, there's the right moment, and talk about right moments, EFAC looks away at the wrong moment, and Adrian with 2 big kills, maybe the pistol with the third, yes he does! Shaiko goes swinging, and he's the one who takes the punch.
What is up with scrappy pistol fights? This game, and now a 4 versus 2 in Secret. They just want to keep rolling. Pressure's about to hit the top of users, so he pulls himself away. They're going to double up, maybe try and fight their way out, but they're worried about the chance that, well, the air jab on the door sure is one thing. Oh, and also that. Oh my word. Secret
Shifter. But the King Rat also is more of a street name, I believe.
They bite. EFAC gone in a frustrating manner is only gonna add layers to what is already a very stressed man. Now they want to try and push the fight on towards the top. They sort of left this until late last time, and there's a chance at a retake. Oh, and it's Usus. Very important fight to win out. The pressure's still around him, but he doesn't need to exert. He doesn't need to extend anywhere. As of yet, he can sort of sit. There goes Solotov, though. The play of the grenade! Mowgli
going
snaps shut around Bride, and Shaiko with barely any health does get some revenge. Usus does find Adrian as well. Both of them pretty hurt. And Usus dropped and finished a 2 versus... I was going to say almost none. They have all the pings, all the read, and Shaiko just goes for it again! Why? I don't know. But you might just say I don't know as well. 5-1. It's just goading and basing. And yeah, Savage, Noah, Adrian, all of them half health. But with 30 seconds, push is coming to shove, and Savage blinded, but had the wherewithal to know and take it all. EFAC gets 1, pre-fires onto the second, but has to pull back. The players are separated. There's the second. Drives himself forward in towards the site, but 18 seconds, and Bride is stuck. There's Adrian getting the end of EFAC, a double kill, and they know the man is stuck in the bathroom. They can just peel away. They can hold either side of this. It's at 180 degrees. Okay, well, I'm not sure he's not entirely been swung on, but the time is the winner. And it's just...
one of his, and I think Shaiko's really going to be in and around his team to try and assist with that. He's going to be hunting for kills upstairs with those roamers, and oh, what are you doing? Mowgli just tries to charge down a Blackbeard. Gets bashed up against the wall.
It was a bold move, Mowgli, but it hasn't paid off, so there isn't really a but there. Okay, they have a gift. They have a lead-in of a kill. There's a second. EFAT gets Adrian from the crosswatch and first to move in case somebody goes for the flank, but they held the tight corner. They held the second. Doom gets 2. Can't get his way out there. Leaves Jost and Noah alive. He isn't going to be able to get anything more. A second round. And at this point, it's seeing if they can get the lead in, but it's a trade out. It's frustrating there for, I think, both of the 2 players, but probably more so for the IGL. No more calls, no more of that consideration gone, and those cap cans will still be a threat.
Oh, Shaiko just trying to face check a shotgun isn't gonna help. See if they can try and force their way in through server. Oh, Jum gets taken out from the Virts. I don't think he was aware that Usus was in that position. Another feed goes in. Will spot out Adrian, but no one. Adrian will find 2, and Bride has it all to play for.
Look at that,
nowhere near it.
Opponent or the occasion or anything else, and their Brand of Siege is very, very, very effective.
It was just so clean from them, honestly. They didn't look phased at all on that second game. They look in complete control. Adrian again with the double digits, dropping a triple kill or 4K, I think, on the ace when they switched to attack. Most of the rounds, they had a man count of like +2 or +3.
Yeah.
It was absolute domination. And it's not only a question of Adrian popping off. And
They are probably our best representative if we send any team to a European or to an international tournament, like you say. So the fact that Secret actually take them down in a 2-0 fashion, that first map full-on regulation, and this one, the second one, even way more convincing.
And they've really done the hard yards to get to this point. I think it's important to say, when Secret first, I would say, exploded onto the scene as a top team in EUL, in EML, the way that they did it was off the back of shields, was off the back of Crutch's preset plays. They then went, you could arguably say, kind of backwards after that, when they were really trying to learn the defaults. Now they've got kind of everything, and they've improved by adding in 2 more, incredibly aggressive, but really experienced and good vocal players.
Fascinating to see that from them, and I'm just really glad that because of this victory, we get to speak to the IGL and the one who's got the vision behind this team. We are joined by Savage on the broadcast. Congratulations on this massive victory. You get the SI points, the invite to EWC. That must be an amazing feeling.
Yeah, for sure. But I think for us, it was bigger than that, Like I told the boys, like, it doesn't matter. We're going to qualify to Saudi. We know that. But we need to beat these guys, They always beat us. Like, it needs to finish now. Because otherwise, they're going to keep going for the rest of the year. We're going to play them at the major. We're going to play at the SI. If we didn't beat them now, like, who knows until when they will keep beating us. So, really, really important to, like, break through the, I don't know, this thing that we had against them.
speaking about that history with these guys, when was the last time you beat them in a BO3?
We never beat them in the best of 3.
That's the story, right?
Yeah, they sent us out on Montreal and Manchester Major on quarterfinals, and they beat us on the UL finals as well to win the UL. But they also gatekept us from Saudi last year.
How does it feel for you? So that's it. Like you finally broke that ceiling that you were expecting. You've managed to beat G2. You've managed to beat VP. You've managed to beat the biggest ones. But that one you always struggled in a BO3. How does it feel for you to finally break that ceiling?
It's amazing, like it was the only thing setting us back, to be honest. Like, and now I don't know. Only the sky's the ceiling. We just need to go going forward.
And what do you think is the biggest reason for that?
I mean, obviously we have a different team, mentality-wise. I think in map pool, especially, we were never able to have a good map pool to play against them. I think now we do. I think now the maps that we can get against them are really favorable for us. Especially the Cafe, as you saw, it was one of our perma bans, but we've been playing it a lot, and now we can play it well. It was a big thing for us.
Speaking of the Cafe, Savage, that was one of the craziest maps of Siege I've seen in a while. There was just craziness going on all the time. Was that part of your game plan against Falcons, was to kind of drag them out of traditional Siege and bring them into just, I suppose, a brawl is probably the best way of describing it?
Yeah, I mean, annoying. I would say, like, we wanted to make sure they didn't keep comfortable. We banned their intel ops, like the Dokkaebi and the demo, so they couldn't get as much intel. We ran a lot of Mozzie or mute, so they didn't get as much info. And then we just tried to make plays based off that, and that like gave us a lot of gaps. And like, just need to give props to the boys for taking these gaps, because even if the gaps are there, if we're not making these plays, like going under the skylight and everything, then it all doesn't matter. And we went for it, and it worked out, and that, that's perfect.
And that's where the mentality is important, right? If you're against an opponent that you've never got over the line, you've got been gatekept by, you've got the right game plan. It's just down to you guys to go and execute it.
Yeah, need to give them no respect, and that's how we went into it, and we managed to execute it. It was perfect.
Nice.
Obviously, the job's not done for you. You still have a game to play right after this one, actually. And the funny thing is, when we spoke to Elema earlier today, he said, I'm probably predicting we're going to play against Falcons. And if we do play against Secret, I don't really like playing against Secret because their playstyle is kind of similar. There's always, like, chaos happening in the game. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's quite fun to play against them guys, but we don't exactly struggle, because it's kind of like basically who has to give away their playstyle more, the way I see it. Because we both like playing aggressive, but we both counter aggressivity quite well. So basically is who gives up that aggressivity to play more safe and make the other team execute normally. That's not how I see it goes. But when we are both playing aggressive, it's quite fun, because it's a quite entertaining game, a lot of gunfights and everything. I like playing against them.
So what you're saying is we're going to get a full best of 3 with like full on overtime every single game. It's going to be a barn burner?
I don't think so, no. I think it'll be a quite easy game, especially after going against Falcons. I feel like G2 will be a brawl, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, I'd love to hear that, obviously. The big words towards G2. Well, we won't keep you here any longer, obviously, because you still have a match to play.
Go to the map veto.
Yeah, go to the map veto indeed, so we can get this game, so we can get it going on. Once again, thank you so much for your time. A big congratulations and good luck in your next game.
Thank you very much, guys. Hopefully I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Big words coming out there.